You know, there's something disturbing about the pattern of events in Nigeria. You might wake up one day and your loved one has just disappeared. And then your family starts running to the police station, friends start posting online, people start asking or shouting, where is this person? What happened to this person? And maybe, just maybe, after enough crying, enough pressure, enough noise, you're found. Or maybe not. And do you know the saddest part? Nigeria moves on. The same people who shouted justice today will laugh at skits tomorrow. That is human nature. Another scandal might come up, another trend, celebrity wedding, call it what it is. Politicians might have something interesting and we talk about it. And your story is buried. Now let me tell you a story that disturbs me deeply. The story of Justice Chidibere Mark, popularly known online as Justice Crack. Now, there are too many stories in this country, but I decided to have this as my pick. I was trying to disconnect from the madness of this country called Nigeria. But the fact is that anywhere you go to, Nigeria keeps following you because you are Nigeria and Nigeria is you. Because whether you are in Lagos, London, Abuja, or you're hiding in silence, the truth is this. If injustice continues unchecked in Nigeria, you don't have to wait for politicians to jail you. Even your rich neighbor will put you in jail. And that's the reality nobody wants to confront. People think oppression just happens to maybe activists, journalists, or opposition voices. Or people say, oh, you too do cho. But injustice in Nigeria is no longer selective. It is gradually becoming available to anyone in power with money, with influence, wearing uniform, or having connections. And that is where the true shame of this administration lies. An administration that has not only failed economically, but has allowed almost every institution to collapse morally. The fear today is no longer about poverty. The fear is who can touch you and get away without anything. Now let's talk about Justice Crack. Reports surrounding his case suggested that he was taken and held by military authorities for days before concerns online were being raised about his whereabouts. Reports alleged that he was first picked up and kept in military custody after making posts exposing complaints from soldiers about their poor welfare and feeding conditions. So, the military now later claimed that investigations went beyond welfare complaint and involved allegations that he had conversations capable of creating discontent within the system. But Nigerians are beginning to ask questions and they've been asking questions. But it seems nobody's giving answers to this question. Why was he held for days? Why was there little transparency about his whereabouts in a country that is practicing democracy? Why will citizens have to rely on online pressure before we have information to anything? Because videos of reports allegedly linked his presence to military facility in Abuja before authorities then claim he had been transferred to civil authorities for further investigation. And this is where the issue becomes even bigger than this one person. Because whether you support Justice Crack or not, that is irrelevant. The real question is, what kind of country are we building where citizens can just disappear from their families and we struggle to have answers? Because today is Justice Crack, tomorrow whatever, who knows? Nobody's saying security agencies shouldn't do their work or shouldn't investigate things when they feel they need to. But investigation must follow the law. Because we are gradually building a society where people are too scared to speak, scared to ask questions. And that is a crime society. And honestly, people try to scare me. This will happen to you if you come to Nigeria. They can do this to you, they'll arrest you. But let me tell you something, and let me say this clearly. A clear mind fears nothing. Because the painful part is this. Even that person that has been ordered to arrest you or detain you already knows he's doing something wrong. Deep down, they want you to keep talking because you know what? They are trapped inside the same broken system. And this is where Nigeria is today. Everybody is scared of everybody. Citizens are scared of government. Institutions fear power. There is no strength in the system. Because if the economy is at least not working, other parts of the government should at least function. When we have fear become the loudest voice in the nation, then we continue to build culture of silence. And with my voice, as little as it can be. I call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to keep to the honor of his word of October 1st, 2025, where it upheld the freedom of speech. Because justice does not depend on how loud a family can cry, or how viral a hashtag becomes, or how connected a citizen of Nigeria should be. Nobody should disappear into silence while we, as Nigerians, watch in fear. Justice for justice crack. It is a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.